Is there any player in the NBA?
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Moments away at Wells Fargo Center, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the New York Knicks. For the Knicks, they're not having the season they might have hoped for, but facing a team currently in the playoff conversation, they have a chance to make up some ground. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Have
you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this because the veterans have been here before. They can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. The Knicks will end their road trip here before heading back to New York. Things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
And over the course of the season, they'll see these guys 4 times, and they've already dropped the first game. So this is a get-back game. I think confidence-wise, they need to get the win here.
And maybe tonight they come in with a bit of a fresh look, something maybe their opponent hasn't seen from them, try to shake things up just a little bit.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kevin. Sixers coach Brett Brown says that Philadelphia reminds him of his hometown of Boston. He said the city has tremendous pride. The city wants winners. It's a tough, no-nonsense city. Nobody's sugarcoating anything. And I love that because you can just tell it like it is. My responsibility is to produce a team that plays hard. Guys?
Thanks, David. Right on the money. Philly's passion for sports is something that makes them so unique. Obviously, 2 teams, same conference, lots of history between them. Should be a good one. Brent, who are some of your favorite rivals to compete against?
You know, just growing up around the game of basketball, Kevin, for me to step on the floor against the jerseys, maybe not so much about the player that's in the jersey, but to see Lakers in purple or to see Celtics in green. That to me got my juices flowing. And then, obviously, selfishly, anytime I had the opportunity to play against my brother John, oh boy, I was ready to go.
You loved it. Yeah, you savored that. I love that answer, by the way. Playing the team, not necessarily the individual. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Beasley is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Lee, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Kanter in the corner. Outside Hardaway. Takes a 3. And Lee with the basket on the assist from Hardaway.
Well, stretching the floor out is important, and right now, Courtney Lee able to do that.
They get it back. It's another look. And Embiid gets it to go.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Kanter's shot is off. 76ers have gone 2 for 4 from the field. So
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now here is Jack. The pass to Lee. Beasley the screen. The kick out to Jack. A 3-pointer off the mark. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And it's Simmons penetrating. A second chance effort and the layup by Sharge. Sharge has got his first bucket in this one.
That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
Lee kicks to Beasley. Rebound by the 76ers. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
They capitalized on so many opportunities. The offense tonight just extremely fluid.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Take a look at the Knicks over the last few seasons, Kevin, and they just haven't gotten anything going. Last year, they thought they were in a good spot with the additions of Rose and Noah, but the team just couldn't string anything together, had a myriad of problems both on and off the floor.
And both free throws good for Covington. Brent, for the Knicks, they go after big names to try and get a super team together. But unfortunately, they've been getting players on the downside of their career.
I think that's the head-scratching part of all this, Kevin, is that this is New York City, often referred to as the Mecca of basketball, yet free agents have avoided New York. They have not wanted to come and take on the pressure of helping to rebuild the franchise. And many of these issues stem from a disconnect between management and what's going on the floor.
Here's Jack after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Hits the three-point bomb. Lee's got 6 points.
Good job by Courtney Lee catching the defense by surprise.
Stolen by Cantor. Outside Hardaway. No good on the triple. Philadelphia leading by 4. Here's Reddick. And Cantor pulls it down.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. You need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
Reddick against Hardaway. Can't cash in from close range.
Yeah, the defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
That one falls.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Now here is Jack. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Over in the corner, Lee. Covington with the steal. By himself, hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here is Jack. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Simmons, and then Simmons slams it in.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, despite the final score being what it was.
Now, that is a very difficult building to play in, and they really put up a good fight. If the roles were reversed and they were the home team in that one, I think the result might have been a bit different.
Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again.
Oh, I
so
get
hopefully
it.
you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. Do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for New York.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Here's Jack. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Cantor with a screen on Simmons. Jack. Rebound by the 76ers.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing. And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And so it's New York with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. On the wing, Lee, defended by Covington. Jack's shot is good.
A huge mistake, letting him establish that kind of position down low.
Yeah, defense 101, don't let him get that deep, and this speaks to the lack of effort right there. No better way to frustrate your coach.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Now here is Jack. Beasley kicks to Lee. To the paint, here's Cantor, and he uses the glass on the layup. Cantor's got his first points of the night.
Well, this is the area where Cantor can really unleash his offensive arsenal. Difficult guy to defend inside.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Knicks trail by 12. And Jack kicks to Lee. Beasley up top, covered by Jarrett. Inside, Embiid with the steal. Simmons on the wing. Got it. Good job in the low post. Simmons got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
The 76ers leading by 14. Here's Redick. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists in the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Now here's Hardaway. 17 points for him last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Here's Redick. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Jack passes to Hardaway. Back to Jack. Screen by Lee. Hardaway with a wide open look. New York, no good that time either.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Here's Jack after J.J. Redick's bucket. Cantor with it. 17 points for him last game against Indiana.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Now here's Jarrett. He had 10 points in the win against the Clippers.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
And slam dunk by Jarrett.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
I really like the idea that his teammates are waiting until he's in great spots to finish off the possessions. Everything's working.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
down changes for Philadelphia. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Dario Saric. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Lance Thomas comes in for Lee. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Burke in for Jarrett Jack. A three-pointer is right on target. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And Embiid throws it down.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Outside Thomas. The feed to Beasley. Beasley sets a screen for Burke. Here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
O'Quinn getting up and testing the resiliency of those rims.
Philadelphia leading by 15. Embiid dishes to Covington. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Outside Thomas. Trying his luck deep. That shot no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
Two shots.
That's good from McConnell. And Brent, there aren't a lot of places quite as special as playing here in New York and on this floor. What was it like for you the first time you played against the Knicks in New York?
Unbelievable. I love getting to the big city every year. Amazing to be inside the Garden. I have to tell you, Kevin, one of my favorite things was to walk to the New York Knicks opposing team locker room and see the poster of Frank Sinatra outside the locker room. He did it his way, and we ended up doing it ours.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds, he brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
Here's Ntilikina. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got his third bucket of the night.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Knicks trail by 21. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
76ers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Obviously some terrific on-ball defenders out there, but Brent, in your estimation, who are some of the best help defenders in the NBA now?
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, when you say help and they're actually there. Jay Crowder does a good job of recognizing, you know, when the strong side gets broken down and he can come over and help. Certainly, Draymond Green does a great job of guarding just about anything for the Golden State Warriors. And then maybe you think about some big guys in the league. Timofey Mozgov in the right position most of the time. Hassan Whiteside for Miami. So they come in all shapes and sizes, Kev. The biggest thing they contribute is their communication skills on the backside.
We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter. Fast break, Philadelphia rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. Ben Simmons is second.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I gotta say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
Covington takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Covington's got 14 points for the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Johnson, he's checked in for the 76ers. Booker comes in for Simmons. Pass to Ntilikina. Thomas gets a wide open look. And it's off from three-point range. Thomas gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Luwawu. And that one, good. Luwawu's got his first 2 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
New York shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one falls for Burke.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
Justin Anderson, he's checked in for the 76ers. Burke hits them both. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
That's something Lance Thomas has learned to do, putting the ball down on the floor and then anticipating the contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
And both free throws good for Thomas. And Brent, you went up against Hornacek as a player and even defended him a couple times. What was it like playing against Hornacek, the player?
Well, I want you to ask Jeff Hornacek if I defended him, because I thought I did a good job, and sometimes the box score didn't reveal it. But what a tremendous shooter, a great off-ball mover, certainly in that system with John Stockton. And if there was any room, Kevin, that I gave Jeff Hornacek, and trust me, there was plenty of times I did that, he was knocking down jump shots. One of the most efficient players in Jazz history.
Moutier, he's checked in for Ntilikina. Here's Burke. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Beasley with a screen on Anderson. Here's Moutier, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Moutier's got his first points of the night.
Not the biggest guy of the 10 on the floor, but showing big heart on that possession.
Thomas kicks to Moutier. Shot from 16, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there. Got it off in time and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. 76ers ahead. They lead by 18. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And then listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, they're attacking the rim in more than one way, and with that kind of success, you feel like the defense is going to make the adjustment. Then you start playing inside out.
Booker out there with Anderson. Then it's Johnson, and it's T.J. McConnell, and it's Luwawu in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
And over time, O'Quinn has carved out a nice role for himself, a capable and bruising big.
Watch Kyle O'Quinn play, and you see a player who's a solid option off the bench.
Well, at a Norfolk State, Kyle O'Quinn has the kind of size that you would want for that position. I'm not sure necessarily about a skill set as a stretch 4 out there, but he brings great energy, a nose for rebounding, and comes in and gives you consistent effort.
First free throw is good. And so O'Quinn nails both of them. And one issue that has come up for the Knicks in their quest for success, Brent, is their lack of continuity.
Maybe one problem, Kevin, is that the New York Knicks organization feels just a bit too cliquey between ownership and then management, the coaching staff, and that there just hasn't been the kind of connectivity that you need in order to make things grow organically. It's been very forced in New York City, and until they find that right combination, the struggles can continue.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Stolen by Anderson, and they're moving it up. Here's Luwawu. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Here's Moutier. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go.
I think it's safe to say that the Emmanuel Moutier experiment still continues. Great athleticism for a point guard, plays with great power as a point guard. The decision-making and the shot selection are the things that a lot of scouts, coaches, and teammates want him to get better at, and no doubt he does too.
2.
The free throw good for Moutier. Moutier, through his first few seasons in the league, struggling from the floor. Brent shooting well under 40% every year.
Well, the further he gets away from the rim, the tougher it is for Moutier to find scoring. So a lot of defenders find themselves backing up and challenging Emmanuel Moutier to make shots over the top. Got to put a lot of work in to become more consistent as an outside threat.
Brent, so many heady players, tough players, eventually become coaches. We've seen it time and again. And what kind of situation would it take, for instance, for you to get involved with that, either on the floor, on the bench, or in the front office?
I'll tell you right now, Kevin, I'm so thankful for my local YMCA because I've coached the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams for the last few years.
Good for you.
I'm not getting paid for it, but I think I'm learning more there than I would in the league.
But you enjoy it.
I do enjoy it. And Kevin, I think basketball has been such a big part of my life that at some point I will love the opportunity to be involved with one of the 30 teams in the league in some capacity.
They'd be lucky to get you. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
And stolen by Booker.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for Simmons.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that Coach would probably like to see him reverse.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And one of those lunch pail players. You love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
And he's good on the second. And here are the Knicks now. 19-point game. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Back to Thomas. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Some changes here for the 76ers. Jarrett has checked in for Booker. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Luwawu. Cantor is checked in for New York. Knicks trail by 21. Redick with a double team. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. And why don't we quickly go to the 2K leaderboard and find out which shooting guards have been the hottest at the free throw line this season. Take a look at Redick, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic. And, of course, Courtney Lee right on his tail.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact. Because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a three-point play the hard way.
And they have no issues with drawing that kind of contact. They're more than willing to put their bodies on the line because as well as they shoot the free throws, they know these trips to the line will always pay off. Easy too.
Now here's Moutier following the missed shot by Dario Saric. Can't hit from 12.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Redick with the bucket.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Redick with the double team. Cantor against Johnson. Johnson with the block. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Precision pass from Moutier to get his teammate a good look there.
Lets it go from the wing. Offensive rebound. And McConnell gets it to go.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Poked away. To the middle. Here's Saric. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. 6 points for Dario Saric.
Oh, great ball movement there.
New York's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Picked by O'Quinn. Moutier kicks to Lee. They double him with Saric. Pass to O'Quinn. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Saric. He's around 14 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Yep, that one goes in there.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. On the wing, Lee. To the left side wing. And O'Quinn kicks to Hardaway. Yes, that goes in. And that's now 6 points for Enes Kanter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Johnson. That shot, no good. So New York will take it the other way. Hardaway passes to Lee. Tipped away.
Jump ball. You too.
Philadelphia with the ball. Johnson kicks to Anderson. Over Lee. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Johnson. Here's Moutier. 14 points from him the last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. And Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Knicks have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And O'Quinn kicks to Kanter. They double him with Simmons. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Covington's checked in, and it's the Knicks with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Ntilikina. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Hardaway. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
It's stolen by Jack. In the corner, O'Quinn with it. Back to Jack. Cantor with a screen on Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ntilikina can't hit. Philadelphia's shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Covington's shot is off. Jarrett, that's good.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
They double him with Simmons, and there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game. Now here is Jack. This is his first free throw of the game.
Jarrett Jack, 2 shots.
Two.
He misses the free throw. So, Brent, you averaged 21 points a game your senior year in college. What adjustments did you have to make to really score at the NBA level?
Well, I didn't have to ask for the ball much in college, but my first year in the pros, Kevin, I had to do that. I said, I'm open over here. You know, really it was just a matter of being comfortable within the system, and then there's always that proving ground, Kevin. The first 6 months as a rookie or a first-year player that's getting ample time, you just want to prove that you're capable of handling your business in the league, and that all happened for me in my rookie year with the Los Angeles Clippers.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
The shot's good. Covington's got 18 points.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And Jack kicks to Hardaway. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Here's Ntilikina. There's a screen by Cantor. Hardaway from outside. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And the Knicks with possession here. It's stolen by Saric. And now the 76ers on the break. Finished off the break. Covington's got 20 points.
Yeah, good job with the anticipation, and then the quick hands results in points off the break.
Sometimes you calculate the risks, and he did it there, but couldn't have turned out any better.
Ntilikina, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got his third assist on the night, and out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Hardaway.
And the story of the game for him has really been painful. I mean, he's tried to get things going, but for whatever reason, between the defense and just his rhythm tonight, the touch just hasn't been there.
New York's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pass to Cantor. Pick by O'Quinn. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Philadelphia shooting it quite well, 52% from the field in the second quarter. And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons really using his insane athleticism on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who really carves up the defense.
Now here is Jack. Beasley the screen. From deep. Cans it from downtown. Jack's got his second bucket of the night.
I love the fact that Ntilikina is skilled at being a ball mover. He's got a pass-first mentality, and that's winning basketball. Up by a bunch, he's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Covington. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Hardaway.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
The 76ers shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Sharch, that's good.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted here trying to keep up with these guys, and I'm just watching. They always attempt to wear you out.
And there's the call on Dario Saric. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
The first one falls.
The former Turkish star and third overall pick in the 2011 draft, Kanter is still trying to become a dominant force at the NBA level.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Saric. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for New York. Burke comes in for Jarrett Jack. And Kanter drops them both. And the 76ers with possession. Here's Covington. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Covington's got 22. New York's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Now the dish to Thomas. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake.
He sunk that three in the first, but's yet to make another one. The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Thomas got 7 points in the game.
The team has been excellent using Thomas in a variety of ways here in this game. And then he gets the green light from the mid-range.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's Ntilikina. He's got 5. Outside for Thomas. He feeds it to Burke. Launches it. Booker pulls it in.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And it's in there. Luwawu's got his third basket of the night.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
Yeah, second chance points are demoralizing, especially after you worked hard to get the stop in the first place.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker.
Knicks ball.
New York shooting 41% from the field here in the second. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Beasley. Kicks to Thomas. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, when Thomas is able to set his feet, the percentages and the points go up.
And so it's Philadelphia, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Robert Covington. What a contribution.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. And the 76ers shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Lee, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jarrett Jack. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Beasley in at the power forward. Now here's Covington. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him. Knicks shooting in this game, 45%. Kanter, high post. Beasley kicks to Jack. Beasley with the screen on Covington. No good from Jack.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field. They look frustrated, 0 for 3, not how you want to start the third quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Feeds it to Lee. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Here's Covington. That one, no good. So New York will take it the other way.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Jarrett. And here we go. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 8 points in the quarter.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
To the inside, Kanter. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it, beginning this half 1 of 5.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
For Philadelphia, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
One shot behind the lanes.
Free throw drops for Covington. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Jack with it, outguarded by Simmons. Over in the corner, Lee. New York, no good that time either.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here's Simmons, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw, no good. And Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
And he sinks the second.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
Now here is Hardaway. He's got 9. And stolen by Simmons. The finish, and then Simmons slams it in.
And you got to like what they're doing offensively, executing at a high rate and starting to pile it on.
Yeah, we're sitting here midway through the game now, and we're starting to see them take more and more control. They look very confident in what they're doing.
Jack with it, now guarded by Reddick. Back to Jack. Shot to stop the run. And the Knicks miss again.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
New York's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. New York, no good that time either.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
Over in the corner, Lee. The three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Simmons, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here is Jack. He has 5. Dishes it to Lee. Kanter sets the pick for Lee. Back to Beasley. All sorts of time. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Good work there as it goes.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Jack after the basket by Dario Saric. Now Jack. Simmons with the defensive effort. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 20-5 run. Yep, it counts. Covington's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Jack dishes to Kanter. Over in the corner, Lee. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
That one goes in.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Jack passes to Lee. That three off the mark.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And the basket is good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Knicks shooting not great, 40% for the game. Simmons against Jack. He kicks to Beasley. Over Saric, and it's Beasley. That time in the assist from Jack. Jack's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Saric. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Cantor's got rebound number 5 here tonight. They double him with Simmons. Shot by Jack, wide open. The three-pointer no good.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
The drive by Redick. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket. And the Knicks with possession here. And Jack kicks to Lee. Outside Hardaway. That doesn't go either for Hardaway. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Now here is Hardaway after Ben Simmons' miss. Hardaway dishes to Beasley. Fires for 3, and Tim Hardaway Jr. with the 3. Hardaway has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Knicks. And Embiid throws it down.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
The Knicks shooting terrible so far in the second half, down around 26%. Jack passes to Beasley. He dishes it to Cantor. Out to Lee. There's a screen by Cantor. Up off the screen, and Cantor throws it down.
Well, the size, length, and power of Cantor on full display that time.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The 76ers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
Two.
And the first one drops. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Booker comes in for Saric. Luwawu is checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Thomas comes in for Michael Beasley. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Burke in for Jarrett Jack. The Knicks shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Ntilikina. 8 points for him. Covington with the steal. Finished off the break. Covington's got 43 points.
We wasted absolutely no time getting the ball up the floor. Great instincts in transition.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
It's Anderson with the drive. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists now in this one.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
And a wide-open look for Lee. Off target from three-point range. Philadelphia shooting a tremendous 61% from the floor, hitting at all cylinders. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. New York with the foul.
At the line for your 76ers. At the line for 2.
No good on that one. Second free throw, no good. The Knicks shooting not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. And Luwawu Cabarrot is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, the 76ers. To the wing on the left. Here's Ntilikina. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Luwawu. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Luwawu's got 8 points.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
There's the pass to Anderson. Lee with the steal. And now the Knicks on the break. By himself. Throws down the breakaway jam.
I tell you what, that wingspan that Ntilikina has is massive. His arms go on forever. Makes it really easy to pick his opponent's pocket. And looking at the career of Courtney Lee, has hopped around from team to team a bunch of times and always a valued teammate, but just hadn't stayed on one team for very long.
Now here's Johnson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Thomas, that's good.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Booker. Buries it down low. Booker's got his second bucket of the night. 1:16 left here in the third quarter. Now here's Burke. He's covered by McConnell. The feed to O'Quinn. Pass to Thomas. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. And Anderson has it in the corner. And the layup is good. Anderson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Tipped away. Stolen by Anderson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Anderson taking 2 shots.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw, good, Anderson. Moutier, he's checked in for the Knicks. Both free throws good from Anderson. 44 seconds left to play in the third. Over in the corner, Lee. That one falls coming off Burke's feed. Lee's got 11 in the second half.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range. They are just killing him on the interior.
The Knicks shooting for the game at 42%. Moutier kicks to Lee. Here's O'Quinn. Rebound by the 76ers. Anderson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Luwawu gets it to go. Luwawu's got 10 points.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And Thomas has it in the corner. No good on the triple. Here's Luwawu over Moutier, and the shot is long.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. 76ers ahead, running away with it. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Burke with it. T.J. McConnell is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Trevor Booker. Then there's Anderson. And it's Johnson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Moutier, no good. Philadelphia shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. They get it back. Anderson. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Anderson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Philadelphia. Thomas against Anderson. Thomas, no luck. Thomas got only 4 of 11 from the field. Here's Booker. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Brent, for the NBA, it's been a very prosperous time over the last couple decades. What do you think has been the key factor or factors in the growth and the popularity of the game?
Kevin, I think the game speaks for itself and always will. The NBA, to me, is the greatest game that we get a chance to watch. Athleticism and poetry and motion. But one of the things at its foundation and core that I've loved is that the guys that are carrying the mantle for the league right now are likable. And there's nothing that beats likability.
And they appreciate, Brent, I think they appreciate the people that were before them very much.
I think they not only appreciate what's gone before them, Kevin, they're in the moment now. And they appreciate what's going on with their careers in their moment.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And for the Knicks, they're shooting 40% from the field. Thomas goes in. Passes it to Hicks. Over McConnell. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And here's Booker from the arc. Drops in the tray.
Failure to extend the defense, not going to get you back in this game.
Yeah, it's just a big mistake against a great shooter. It feels like they've just completely lost their focus.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. It's Thomas outside. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys, 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates. Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
And it's blocked. Fast break. Here we go. That's good from Booker on the assist by Anderson. Anderson's got 3 assists tonight. To the left wing. New York moving it around. They set the pick. From outside the arc. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Booker. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Thomas against Anderson. Thomas passes to Hicks. Double team on Thomas. That's tipped, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Jackson, he's checked in for the 76ers. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Moutier with the basket.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment. Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Hey, Brent, with the stakes of players' health being so high, we've seen contract clauses prohibiting many outside activities, but we're talking also about 20-year-old guys who just want to live their lives and enjoy what the success has brought them.
Whoa! Wow. Look out. My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Outside Thomas. They set the screen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Number 21. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
The Knicks have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Back to Moutier. Over to the left wing. Outside Thomas. The dish now to Moutier. 5 to shoot. There's the pick. High, arcing shot. Some solid defense from Johnson. Down low, here's Booker, and the dunk by Booker.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
If you ever did decide to go into coaching, Brent, would you also like to be the general manager to ensure you have the players that you really want to coach?
Well, I'd also like a new car and a Learjet, Kevin. If I could get those two, I'll try my best. But
I hear you. I know.
I really think that relegating that role to somebody else that you can be on the same page with is the best way to go. It's a fresh set of eyes.
That's the key. I totally agree.
Fresh set of eyes, and they have the time to devote to what your team and your roster is going to need while you make sure you're developing the roster yourself. So I think having a general manager do his job and a coach do his job might be the way that I would prefer to do things, although we've seen other guys have success in both roles.
Thomas, a screen on Jackson. Jackson comes over with the double. From 12 feet out. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And no one really crashing down on the backside, a breakdown defensively.
Johnson, the shot, no good. New York's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And stolen by Booker. Now the 76ers on the break. Johnson's got the ball. Up again. And another shot. He's off on that one. And New York will come the other way.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Poked away. Out to the wing. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Jackson kicks to Anderson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his third assist on the night.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
New York, no good that time either. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 16-7 run. Johnson's shot is off. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Hey, Brett, we've seen a number of super teams created via free agency or trade. Do you think that's good for the league?
I think it's great for the league. I think it's awesome to see some of the great players play on the same court together and some of the chemistry that creates. But what's been interesting over the course of the last couple seasons, Kevin, is that we've had these young marquee players stepping up in environments and with organizations now that are must-see TV. So aside from the super teams, there are young players carrying their team to hopefully greater and greater heights that keep you interested in all 30 teams in the league.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Booker. New York's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Knocked loose and stolen by Booker. And here they come. Here's Anderson and finished off by Anderson.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true. And here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Anderson. He's guarded by Johnson. New York moving it around. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. So the value of NBA teams now on average over $1 billion each if you include all the different things they have and run. And Brent, when you take a look at that and take that into consideration, what are some of the big things the league has done to generate such growth?
Well, I think this is where you have to commend both David Stern and Adam Silver in terms of being progressive with how in touch they are with the game of basketball, addressing it internationally much better than the NFL has done it, in my opinion, over the course of the past 2 decades, where they know they've got this tremendous fan base, not only in Europe, but certainly in Asia and China, and they're more than willing, Kevin, to go to those markets, expose those players, and get them enthusiastic and excited about what our game offers.
In the corner, O'Quinn with it. Pass to Ntilikina. Brent, when we look at some of the classic rivalries between teams, they don't always look as emotionally charged nowadays. Is there a way you think to get that back?
Well, the first thing I do, Kevin, is not try to manufacture anything. The second thing I would avoid is please don't bring up the Lakers-Celtics rivalry in the 80s. And the last thing I would make you conscious of is the fact that, look, players are moving around so often that it's hard to get years and years of the same matchup with the same guys on the roster. Now look, accept the competition for what it is, and if we get another one where teams are facing one another more often, then let's enjoy it for what it is.
A nice shot by Anderson.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
New York's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. That doesn't go either for Thomas. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Pulls up on the wing. That doesn't go either for Thomas.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
A nice shot by Booker.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
The Knicks shooting an appalling 26% in the fourth quarter. Anderson against Thomas. He feeds it to Burke to stop the run. Now here's McConnell to the inside. Here's Booker. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Burke dishes to O'Quinn. It's good, the assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 5 assists in the game.
If there's enough room, O'Quinn not bashful about pulling the trigger. He caught that one as soon as he caught it.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
To the left side wing. Picked by O'Quinn. Thomas with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Stolen by Anderson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now, almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way?
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hicks is checked in. Both free throws good from Anderson. New York shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. To the wing right side. O'Quinn, the pass to Thomas. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
Moutier, he's checked in for the Knicks. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Hicks. The basket good off the assist from Moutier.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
A nice shot by Booker. Booker's got 31.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, tick-tock and not much time on the clock left. Double-digit lead and coming up roses. I'm not sure why anyone would leave him alone at that range. Head scratcher.
And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. And finished off by Anderson.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Outside Thomas. And he's good on the three ball.
Timeout.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Yeah, and making them. Once you get into this kind of rhythm with the three ball, it is so difficult for the defense to do anything about it.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're in front. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
And with his game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. Off the inbound pass, and McConnell gets it to go.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Moutier passed to Hicks. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.